What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon, and today I'm going to discuss with you an upcoming TIG welding project that we got to do. If you've been following the motorcycle rebuild project that I did, I'll put a link up here. For those of you that don't know anything about it, I bought a motorcycle. I bought it in the middle of winter during a snowstorm. After I bought it, I discovered it had been crashed, and then I did a pile of work to it. Well, today we've got to do an oil change, or I guess you could say probably what not to do if you're going to do an oil change. Stick around. Okay, so now that we got all the oil drained out, this next step is important because that only drains the oil at the bottom of the engine. We got to drain the oil at the top. So this is a good way to do that. It'll like wash everything down there. So I'm going to demonstrate what you need to do. You can see there's no oil in it. So. There, that should get it all washed down to the bottom. And if you haven't replaced the washer on the drain plug for a while, now probably would be a good time to do it. They're cheap. You can get them right through any at parts dealer. And I just bought a package of OEM ones. Yeah, cheap insurance. Like stuff you know that you're going to need, like right there. These are the spare oil gaskets. Even got a spare fuel line, a fuel filter, because at some point I'm going to want to replace that too. So, yeah. Now you really got to be careful tightening this down because the oil pan's made of aluminum. So what'll happen is that the bolt will back off real easy. So what I like to do is put like a 4-foot snipe on the end of my bar, on the end of my ratchet, and then tighten it up. I don't have a 4-footer, so I got a 2-footer, so we'll just have to really put as much force on it as we can. And it helps if you brace like your foot up against the tire, so you can really get some torque on it. Yeah, that's it right there. And if you have an impact gun, just hold it right on high for as long as you can. That'll probably work well too. One better method would be to put some red Loctite and then smear JB Weld all around it after. Now you want to do the same thing with your new oil filter. Put a little dab of oil on the O-ring seal for the filter. Make sure you got the flange clean on the motorcycle where this seals up against. Wipe it with a rag and just thread it on. Start it by hand. And this you want to do the same thing. You're going to want to somehow get a 4-foot bar on the end of this, maybe a 6-foot pipe, and really exert some energy. So if you were doing it from the far side of the bike, you'd be lifting up. And what I find is that I keep turning it enough until this leg of the center stand. What I do is I keep turning it and tightening it, lifting up on the bar until this leg of the center stand starts lifting. Then you know that's about the right torque. Just don't tip the bike over, because then you've gone too far. Just go until the center stand starts tipping up and the bike's almost tipped over, and then stop right there. So another good tip, once you get done dumping your used motor oil down the storm drain, is to look in the bottom of the pan to see if you have any filings, and that'll give you an idea of how the motor's running. So yeah, there's a few filings in there, nothing out of the ordinary, but You know, that's just normal wear and tear from revving it up and neutral dropping it and stuff. You know, I drive it pretty hard, so that's pretty normal. You're gonna get some wear and tear here and there, so yeah, everything looks good. Now there's a lot of controversy about what brand to use and you know, what viscosity. I just use what I got. I don't get too fancy, so I got some 80-90 gear oil. It's wet and it's slippery. That ought to do it. I got some cutting oil. I never tried that, but it's got the words easier and faster on it, so that can't be a bad thing. I'm not sure how this is going to work in it, but I'll give it a try. Now, a lot of your motorcycles will have like a sight gauge on it. Now, showing a full line and a low line, that's just a suggestion though. You don't really have to use that. What I like to do, so I know that everything's well lubricated, is I just keep adding oil until it actually starts coming out the filler neck. And then once it starts running out of that, then I know that everything is full and she's good to go. So now we got to start it up and get the oil circulating through it. It doesn't have any oil pressure yet. And you want to get the oil circulating as quick as you can. That's probably the best way of doing it right there too. Start it up and just immediately, if you can get it to red line, that's even better. I can't because I got neighbors that are home right now and I don't want to irritate them. I would, but I'm going to have to forego bringing it to a red line. So now that we've got the oil change, this is going to actually lead into next week's project in all seriousness. Okay, so this piece right here, you can see the header, and then this is what's called like the mid pipe. Okay, well, I think that this is the original mid pipe to the motorcycle. It just came as one, so it came long and then it had the factory tailpipe or the factory muffler. I think what somebody did is they took the factory muffler and they just cut it off right here, got rid of the factory pipe, and then got this Yoshimura slip-on and just, I don't want to take it apart right now because it's sealed, but it's a pretty poor looking job. And what it is they just kind of put a notch in this pipe and just jam this into it. Well, I don't really want it like that, so we're going to do something different. And I also don't like how that pipe is sticking way over there. I wish it was like streamlined, hugging the bike a little bit tighter. If you look down like that, you can see how it's kicked over. I really like the sound of this pipe though, but I just don't like how, you know, it's kind of, it doesn't look right. So let me show you what I got, and it's going to lead into a hopefully a TIG welding project. So I've got this. It's a new muffler. It's made by Suzuki Project, and you can see how it's a lot different than the one I got. It's a straight open baffle design, and then it comes with a clamp, and it comes with a little thing to put inside to cut the noise down. Now this is a knockoff one. I don't think it's the original one. It's like a import knockoff. But what I'm going to do, these are my thoughts, okay, is that this goes into here, and then there's a spring that holds this muffler to this piece, okay? Well, what I want to do is I want to take this and put a pie cut in this so that it kicks it at an angle, and then I'll make this fit the pipe on the bike. So then this will hug the bike right tight, right up underneath this foot peg, and it'll have whatever that angle is. I got to figure it out, but I'll put a pie cut on there so it has that angle, and I just think it's going to look nice. It's going to be a little bit shorter. I kind of like the black against this. As you can see, the theme to the bike's all black, so I don't have this foolish looking clamp, because that's not right. That's not how that's supposed to be. So stay tuned next week for a TIG welding video. Bonus, it's present time, guys. I just got some LED headlights in the mail. I'll put the link down in the description of the company that sent them. So the original headlights that are on this bike are halogen, and I actually liked how they looked on low beam. Just high beam, they weren't very bright. So I've got some LED bulbs. We'll see how they compare. Hopefully they're better than these, because it's quite a hassle getting to the headlights on this bike. You got to take the side fairings off, which is a kind of a pain. So wow, that's kind of cool looking, huh? Check that out. I don't know if they're like a halogen where you're not supposed to touch it, so I'm not going to. Wow. So right on the box it says it's 300% brighter than a halogen bulb. Lifespan of 20,000 hours. It's got a wave heat sink. And these are just a standard bulb. So these are the bulbs that are going to be in your car. I think it's called like an H4, which that's pretty standard on a lot of cars too. So yeah, let's give it a shot. See how it works. You got the top right there, and the bulb just faces up to the top, and it just pushes in. That's it. All right, let's stuff her in. What I'll do is maybe just put this one in, and then I'll turn on the headlight, because it's got dual headlights, and we'll see how it looks one next to the other. So check this out, guys. There's definitely a noticeable difference. That's the LED, that's the halogen. See the difference there? That one's much whiter than that one. Alright, now we just gotta do the other side. Can you turn this switch right here? Hit that switch right there. That one. Push it. Now push it the other way. Now the other way. Much brighter. Look at it, Colton. Look at the front. Look over here. Yeah, come over here. What sound does a motorcycle make? What sound does it make? Ready? Low beam, high beam. Low beam, high beam. And that's all there is to it, guys. Now, please don't do anything that you saw me doing in this video. I hope you guys know that this is all satire. I did this the right way. Everything was torqued. The right fluids were put in it. I didn't put cutting oil in the motor. I know better. It was just something to be funny. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned next week, where we're going to have a TIG welding video. It's going to be welding up that stainless steel exhaust pipe. If you want to know what I'm working on before it even makes it up to YouTube, you guys can check me out on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll have the links down below in the description. Sorry I didn't have a welding video for you this week. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll know that I have been down in Chicago for the week, so I wasn't able to get a video up for this week. If this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next week, I'll see you then. Stay safe, take care, bye. Guys, make sure you're responsible when you're getting rid of used motor oil. I was just joking. Don't dump them down the storm drains. What I like to do is I like to use windshield washer fluid jugs, and these also work good too. Laundry detergent, and if they have like the easy pour spout, you can just grab a pair of pliers and rip the easy pour spout out, and it makes it real nice to pour used oil in. These all have used oil in them. What I'll do is I'll get probably 3 or 4 of these, bring them down to the local garage. There's a few garages in town that actually burn these, so check with your local area. Used oil is real easy to get rid of, so don't put it down the storm drains. I know some people do, and that's you're killing the environment. Don't do it.